Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Neo. Check out this insane purple chrome junk nail set. It was super fun. Stay tuned to see how I did it on myself. So the first thing that I'm doing is clipping down my nails. I prefer to keep my nails really short, especially because I know I wear extensions all the time. It's just easier for me. I'm not interested in like growing up my nails, so I just always try to keep them as short as possible, especially if I'm going to be doing some gel X or gel type of tip. It's just best that you don't see your nail, coming through the back of it as much as possible, to me at least. So I always do my best to clip them down with my straight edge clipper, nice and easy. I have a high hyponychium, which is that skin that grows under the free edge of your nail, and I have to be careful when clipping. Also, when you're working with clients, just always, just take a look under there. Sometimes folks like me, we have high hyponychiums. You get a little clip happy and you clip off some skin and it's a little painful, so just be mindful of that. But my prep is starting off like it always does. I sprayed myself down with some alcohol, and I'm just using this rubber tipped cuticle pusher, literally just to push back the skin. I grow pretty thick cuticles, and I believe I can't even remember what set I had on, but I'm pretty sure it was like a Gel X set or like a Gel X dupe set. So there's a little bit of gel left on the nail plate. So I'm just going in with some prep to kind of clean up the cuticles in that sense. So I'm going in with my diamond skiver bit, and I'm actually going to be going in the forward and backwards direction. I think it's pretty cool to do that, just because sometimes when you're going in one direction, the skin kind of folds over in that direction, but when you flip it back in the reverse, it kind of grinds it up in the opposite direction. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what I'm doing to myself here. And if it looks like I'm being super aggressive, I promise I'm not. I have my e-file down at a fairly low speed. I can't tell you because my e-file doesn't tell me. Speaking of e-files, I've been actually having some issues with my e-file of late, which is making me like super sad because I just got it maybe about a year ago, and it was mildly expensive. So I'm reaching out to Coupa to see if I could, make use of that warranty and possibly get a new one, but it's been causing a little bit of trouble lately. Drama. But yes, I'm just going back and forth. You're gonna see me flip my e-file in the opposite direction. This is where I was like, you know what, let's flip it, because I just felt like that skin wasn't coming off on that pinky, and the minute I flipped it in the opposite direction, I was able to get it right off. So if you experience things like that, definitely just try and use your e-file in the reverse. That also helps sometimes too. Once done there, I'm going to go in with my sanding band, and I'm using my non-dominant hand, so please be kind. It's really hard. We all know it's really hard using your non-dominant hand to do nails, but I feel like I'm getting better, honestly. People ask me all the time, like, how the heck did you do that? And honestly, I'm just like, I just do it. I don't know. It's not the best. Obviously, it doesn't feel very natural, but I do what I can because I want to walk around with like cute nails. So I am just taking a coarse sanding band, and I am dusting the surface of the nail. If you see me spending a bit of time on the surface, that is because, like I mentioned, I had a Gel X kind of set on, so there is a small thin layer of gel on the surface of the nail. So I am just focusing on thinning that down as much as possible and smoothing out the seams from where that gel kind of ends to where my nail plate is. So don't think that I'm like really grinding down my nail. And I'm using super light pressure. Sorry that I'm out of frame. Super hard when you're not using your dominant hand. But I'm not using super pressure, and I'm not really over buffing my natural nail. There is a thin layer of that gel on the surface of my nails. So these are the stars of the show today. This is the Alchem gel tips. They are XXL square, and I love that shape. I actually featured these on in another video when I did the orange Madame Glam butterfly set, but I used the nude tips. I will say the difference between the nude and the clear tips is that the clear tips are really, really thicker. Like, I love the nude ones. They're super easy and fast. You have that nude base, so when you apply them, you just kind of feel like you can just go from there. I love, love, love that. However, they are so thin and flimsy. I have bent, not even broken, like completely bent those tips maybe twice now, wearing them, just doing regular, mundane, everyday life things. So it's always something I'm cautious of if I do wear those tips, to just be a little bit lighter in the touch of my hands, because I don't want them to break. But these clear tips are a little bit stiffer, which I was surprised and nicely surprised about. So that's something to keep in mind. It's not as thick or as sturdy as an apres tip. I feel like that's the standard so far from what I've experienced in terms of gel tips, but this is a great, great option, and it is a no C curve and has the length and shape that I adore. So I'm just taking a few moments to change the shape of the nail bed area or the cuticle area of these tips. When they come in very, very square on the bottom. So I just you can see I'm using a super, super light touch with this hand file, and I'm just curving the edges of that so that it fits my nail bed a little bit better. If you are someone who works with gel, you know dust is not your friend. So I'm just taking this lint-free wipe and some alcohol, and I'm wiping the tips. It may leave a white cast, but that's totally fine. It goes away later, but you just want to make sure to remove all dust. We don't want anything interfering with the adhesion of the gel that we're about to apply. Now I am going in with the Apres primer, and I am just etching the inside of these tips. This is something that I think I like to do. It just kind of eats away at the product a tiny bit. You can see it in person a little bit more, especially because these are clear. You're not going to be able to see it. Also, you see that blue cast on the table. I've got my little mini kind of gooseneck LED light that I've been raving about. I see them popping up all over the place, and I'm so excited about these, guys. If you've done gel tips on yourself, you know how hard it is to use those little lights, those little ones that you kind of slide your fingers in. I even was using like a little flashlight and would like put the flashlight in my mouth. Guys, it's a game changer. I think I bought 2 on Amazon for like $10 or something. I clamp it to my desk, and literally I just bend it over if I need to, turn the on switch, and it's super, super handy. In the meantime, I'm prepping my nails. I went in with Dehydrator. This is the primer on my natural nails. But yes, getting that has been a game changer in terms of applying it, and you're going to see how simple and easy it is just to have the light already on and in an area where I don't have to kind of move my hands around, messing up that application. So yeah, I'm going in with my thumb. First, I like to brush the area of where my finger is going to be and then apply excess gel. You see I moved the light a little bit closer. I'm going to press the cuticle down super, super firmly and then roll the tip down flat, and you can see the bead of gel kind of rolling towards the tip of my free edge. And once it hits the tip of my free edge on the nail, I just move it over under that light, and it is super easy and super fast. I do have it sped up, but guys, it didn't take more than 10 minutes to get these nails on. I think that's the beauty of gel tips. I love them, especially for doing my dominant hand with my non-dominant hand. I feel like I'd like to do acrylic with my right hand, and then I always have gel tips on that same hand because it's just easier. I can do acrylic on my other hand with my left hand, but it's really hard. So this set didn't take very long because the application, there you go, the application was super, super fast. So again, I'm placing the cuticle, I'm pressing firmly, and then I'm just going to flatten the nail, squeezing, holding onto the bottom of my nail. What I do is I use one of my fingers underneath the pad of my finger and press from the top so that there's a counter pressure. You just want to make sure that the gel, the tip is staying snug before curing. Again, placing the cuticle and then slowly pressing, and I have my finger underneath, you can see, to keep it nice and sturdy. One thing to keep in mind, because I've done this before, is to make sure that you eyeball it so that it's straight. You don't want to apply this tip and then it's crooked, because then getting this off is even harder than like placing a tip via glue. So that's just something that I have to do because I've got wobbly fingers. But guys, look how fast and easy this was. It really didn't take more than 10 minutes. Once done with the individual fingers, I do put my entire hand in my LED light for up to a minute just to make sure that they are completely locked down, and then we're ready to go with the design. Super simple, super easy. I love, love, love the shape. Definitely check out Alchem for their gel tips. They also have a short almond shape that I just recently bought and used on a client. Actually, I didn't film that one, but Those came out super, super pretty. I might use them on myself if I ever need like a shorter set, but definitely check them out. Super affordable. You can get them on Amazon and their personal website. Their website actually ships really fast. I purchased the nude square tips that I use in that butterfly set, and I think I got them in like 3 days. I was like super shocked. So Alchem has been great. So check that out if you're looking for a different type of shape for a gel tip. I'm just going in with the same hand file, and we are just perfecting the shape. I'm not actually taking the length down at all. I'm just cleaning up the shape to make sure that it's nice and tight and aligns with my free edge and sidewalls, nothing crazy, and just to make sure that the square is super, super sharp. I love a super sharp square nail. So nothing crazy, not spending too much time filing, just making sure that it looks nice and tight. Now that I'm ready with these tips, I'm just going in with that same sanding band and I'm just etching the surface of the nail. We are going to be doing some significant gel polish and enhancements to this set, so I just want to make sure that the nails have a scruffy kind of surface so that the gel has something really significant to stick to. It's also good whenever applying these tips to spend some time doing some cuticle work. I'm using my sanding band to do that lightly because it just helps to make it look more flush and natural to the nail and not look like a press-on. So that's just something that I do as well. Again, going in with my lint-free wipe and some alcohol, and I'm really giving myself a good wipe down. I am going in, like I mentioned, with some significant gel coming up, so I don't want any debris or dust or bumps on the surface of these nails. Even the bottom, I feel like I did a good job in making sure I applied just enough gel to stop at my free edge, but just in case, I'm cleaning underneath the nail too, because sometimes if you have excess gel down there, dust and things get stuck because, you know, that inhibition layer in the gel. So I always think it's good practice to clean the underside of the nail as well. So we're getting started with this black gel polish. It's just a gel polish from iGel Beauty. I believe it's called Jet Black, but you could use any one you want. And I'm going in with a very thin layer. The purpose of this black is just to base the chrome that we're going to place. I find that if I apply chrome directly on a clear top coat, it doesn't come out as vibrant as I think it should. So I'm just placing this black nice and neatly. And here's just a few tips of how I do cuticles when gel painting without having to go back in and cleaning things up. I actually paint the free edge of the nail first and then focus my efforts towards the cuticle. So here's how I do that. I take the brush and have a little bit of excess product on the brush and place it like away from the cuticle. You're gonna see me do it again. And then when I'm ready to get close to the cuticle, I actually push the bead of gel towards the cuticle, not the brush itself. So if there's excess gel on your brush, you can kind of push the brush and then the excess gel kind of rolls towards the cuticle. And once I feel like it gets really close, I stop. I never ever push that brush to try to actually paint the cuticle area. I just feel like it's too close, it's too precarious, and I'm more than likely to make a mistake and get gel on the skin in that area, and then cleaning that up, especially with the black, would just be way too much. So as you can see, I will slow down the next clip. So as you can see, I'm taking my time with the free edge. Once I'm happy with that and the coverage, I just literally just push the gel towards the cuticle, and I find that that helps. You don't want to have too much gel on the brush because it will flood, and then you'll have to spend time cleaning up, especially if it's a dark color like this. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing that on all 5 of these nails. Don't forget to clean your sidewalls and free edge before curing. And check out that application. It looks so good and clean. Like, even this is a vibe in itself. Definitely nice and clean in terms of that cuticle area. Try that tip out and let me know how it works for you. But it has been working for me, and I find I have very, very minimal bleeding or spilling into the cuticle and sidewall area with my gel application. All right, now it's time to get ready for the chrome. So I'm actually going in with Gloss It from Not Polish, and I'm just polishing all of the nails. Again, doing my best not to get the top coat into the cuticle and sidewall area. I'm going to do the same exact thing, just being careful, and then I'm going to cure for a minute to lock this down. Now it is time for chrome. So I knew I wanted purple chrome, and as you can see, we are getting purple. So the chrome is actually being burnished into that glossy top coat. And here's what I meant in terms of putting the black down. I feel like if I didn't put the black down, often when I do chrome, it looks kind of patchy, like you can kind of see through it. So basing it with black gives you a nice foundation that's dark enough so that the chrome kind of just stands out on its own. And I'm actually not pressing very, very hard. If you do a good top coat application, the chrome should literally just kind of stick to it. I actually don't know how it works, but it's pretty freaking cool. You get this super shiny metallic finish, and I just think it's awesome. So I'm just going to be doing that to all 5 of these nails. and you cannot tell me that this doesn't look cool. I'm just taking a dust brush and just removing excess powder. The chrome is stuck to that top coat, so I don't have to worry about it. Do be cautious, like these nails are really long and they were kind of clicking each other, so I had to go back in with the chrome because I kind of scratched chrome off of some of the nails. But in an effort to stop that, I'm actually going to go in with some base coat and top coat with base coat, if that makes sense. I'm using base coat on top of the chrome just to secure it and keep it safe, because what I'm going to be doing, I might be scratching the nail and I just don't want any chance of messing up the chrome because it looks so good. So same thing, I'm taking my time around that cuticle area and just giving myself a nice coat of base coat just to protect the chrome. And because it's a base coat, these nails look super cute, right? And because it's a base coat, it has that sticky inhibition layer after curing. So I'm just going in with some alcohol and a non-lint wipe, and I'm just cleaning off that inhibition layer so that I don't have to worry about any dust or anything getting stuck to these gorgeous purple chrome nails. So I did mention that these were going to be junk nails. You can see down below, I've got everything under the sun. Underneath on the table, I'm planning on just going to town with these nails. So the inspo was purple and gold. I just wanted chunky bling nails. I went through my collection and grabbed tons of things. I did edit and leave things away. I didn't want colored bling so much, but as you can see, I'm just winging it. So what I did was take a brush and I just added a huge dollop of the Two Guys bling gel. It is a non-wipe top coat bling gel, so you don't actually have to top coat afterwards. And I applied a good generous amount of it towards the center of the nail. So whenever you're applying bling or charms in this manner, please do remember that you have all the time in the world to work. However, bling moves. Gravity is a factor, right? So this gel is not cured. It's gonna move with the weight of the items. If you're using heavier items, they will shift a little bit, so just be cautious. Always go back and readjust. Otherwise, you may get crooked items when you go into cure. But I am just building up a vertical pattern of different items. So I'm placing gold charms. You saw I used a purple rhinestone that I got from a pack. I don't even know from where. I'm literally just picking up items and just placing them down the center of the nail and trying to just build up this chunky gold bling on top of this purple chrome. It is so cute. I've got a mix of crystal AB rhinestones. I've got charms literally from everywhere. I just went through my entire collection and just grabbed anything that was gold, had crystal or crystal AB rhinestones. I've got some green purple reflective rhinestones happening. I've got some purple non-flatback rhinestones. I've got gold dangly bits that I was planning on using. Metal charms, like you see there, I'm just adding extra metal. I'm just going to town. Really, there's no real way to explain what I'm doing. I am literally just trying to, make the nails look junky. And caviar beads are your friends. I'm just taking some caviar beads to fill in any empty spaces, but for the most part, you can't really go wrong. You just want to kind of add as much as you want down the center of the nail. The chunkier, the better, because it stands out. And then once happy, make sure everything's nice and straight. You see me going back and pushing things around. Gel is your friend in that case. You've got all the time to work, but just remember, gravity is a factor. Once happy, I stuck my hand into that LED light and that was locked down. I'm going to do the same thing on all of these nails, and then we'll come back a little bit later. Enjoy. Y'all, these nails are so cute. They are so freaking cute. I loved them. I went in and added that snake down the middle. That's been trendy of late, and people gave me so much compliments on that snake, but you can see the effect is real on these nails. So I did mention that the Two Guys Bling Gel is a no wipe top coat, but I wanted to top coat these nails anyway, especially because I'm using a lot of those metal charms. So these metal charms actually tarnish over time. And I know it's like cringe to paint over rhinestones, but I didn't care. I just wanted to make sure that they really, really lasted and stayed down. And they did for the most part. I think I lost maybe 3 rhinestones of the larger ones that weren't flat back, just because they had edges that were sticking up, but literally nothing else came off of these nails. It is taboo. I wouldn't do this on a client, but for me, I didn't really care. I just wanted to make sure that the metal stayed gold and didn't turn into like that dirty kind of bronze color that happens when it oxidizes. So I'm top coating over everything. Okay, everybody, over everything. These are my nails. I'm totally fine with it. Over everything, pretty much. I didn't want any scratches on anything. The snake, I wanted to make sure stayed secure, especially because that one was kind of wider than the nail that I placed it on. So I'm placing the top coat over everything. Once I'm happy, I will be cleaning my sidewalls and cuticle area, free edge, just to make sure that we're not warping the shape of those gorgeous gel tips, and then I'm going to cure. Just done with that last nail. Guys, check out these nails. They are so cute. Tell me what you would do. I was thinking of doing another color combination of like a pink with silver. I think that would be super pretty with crystal stones and not crystal AB. Love these junk nails. I will say that they were really heavy though, so keep that in mind. But thank you so much for watching this video. Like if you like, subscribe for more. I'll see you later. Bye.